lot of high growth videos all over the internet, and a lot of big influencers actually come out specifically saying, oh, this is BS, it's all a myth, this is a scam, blah, blah, blah. Here's the dealio, man. The scientific literature says otherwise. Height is only 60 to 80% genetics. They drew a beautiful little man to kind of demonstrate. So we have the man here. Let's say both of his parents are average height. So his father's 5'9", his mother is about 5'4". This means genetically, this is his genetics, 60 to 80%. He will be about 5'9". He's raised completely normally. There's no health issues, anything like that. He does exactly what everybody else does. He will be 5'9". Now, if he has any serious health issues, obviously he can be quite a bit shorter than that because he will not be optimizing his genetics. But here's the dealio. What do we do with this 20 to 40% of environmental factors? Now that is something you can completely change. So you have complete control over this pretty much up until the age of 25 when most people's growth plates are closed. Now, it's actually a myth that your growth plates close at like 16, 17. They're pretty much staying open until your 20s. I actually grew well into my 20s as well. Now, if you don't know who I am, essentially both my parents are roughly 5'9". Genetically as a baby, like the doctors go in there and measure you and give you an estimate based off your genetics on how tall you'll be. I was supposed to be 6 feet tall. I ended up being 6'6", specifically because I did some protocols nobody else is willing to do, which is why I have some high growth videos, and this is also why I'm abnormally tall. For all the weirdos out there saying, oh, it runs in your family, blah, blah, blah. Here's a photo of me and my brother who also did my exact same protocols. He's about 6'4", with my two only blood male cousins. They're roughly 5'5" or so. So height does not run in the family, bro. There are no grandfathers over 6 feet tall. There's no magician that I'm hiding. This is the truth, man. Both my parents are about 5'9". I'm 6'6". I exceeded my height growth potential because I did specific things. Let's talk more about height growth today, man, because you can grow taller, but you are doing the wrong stuff. Let's get it. Today, I'm just gonna kind of go over some standard height growth knowledge and criticize it. So number one, you gotta bulk to get taller. You gotta eat. It's all about eating the food. My brother, this is stupid. If you're over 15% body fat, you will not be getting any taller because now your body's pumping out all this estrogen. You're not sensitive to insulin anymore. So body's not in a prime state to grow taller. You're in a prime state to get fat and have lower testosterone. So if you're over 15% body fat watching this, you want to grow taller, you have to cut to 10%. Don't get any leaner than 10%. Once you're at 10%, you will have a full visible six pack. You'll look freaking amazing. So sustain 10 to 15%, doing all of my typical protocols, and this is how you actually optimize your height growth. You don't just go eating 5,000 calories if you're already 20% body fat. You're just gonna get fat, crash your hormones, and you won't be getting any taller. Once again, a huge myth is you can't grow any taller after puberty. Typically, as long as you don't screw anything up, your growth plates remain open until the age of 25 as a man. Meaning there's a lot of potential left in the table, even if, let's say you're 17, 18 watching this, you can still grow a little bit taller. But obviously, it's gonna be best if you optimize it early. For me, I optimized all of this when I was 16, 17, and that's how I grew from 5'9" at 16, 17 to 6'4" at around 18. Did you know 92% of Americans are deficient in vitamins? This means that the average person who thinks they're healthy, they're eating all these healthy berries, healthy meats, they're probably still deficient as well. So even if you think you're doing everything right, you're drinking your pasteurized milk, you're doing everything properly, you're probably still deficient and you are not optimizing things best you can, because the modern food, I don't know if you really know this, man, it's all been tampered with. They put all this crap in the berries, in the meats. Nothing is optimal, really. So there's a couple things that you can do to optimize things. Number one is going to be raw milk. Now, raw milk is the only exception with milk. Everybody says to grow taller, just drink a whole bunch of milk. Typical milk is estrogenic, meaning it will lower your testosterone, give you some big man titties, and once again, you won't be growing any taller. The only milk you're allowed to have is raw milk. Now, in addition to this, you gotta get the vitamins. You need beef liver, specifically grass-fed. This has more vitamins than any other food nutrient-wise. So if you focus on these two foods in addition to pasture-raised eggs, these should be the trio of nutrition that you have. Whenever I was a teenager, I was also consuming lots of vitamins, supplements. So you also need a very good supplement, specifically a multivitamin, to make sure that you are not deficient. It's like 92% of the US population. Now, I actually sell Titan Growth 2.0. It is freaking insane. It has like 500 to 1000% of all your daily recommended vitamins and nutrients so that you will not have any deficiencies, so that you can optimize your height, so that you can optimize your physique, so that your face can fully develop. Because whenever you have vitamin deficiencies, what's gonna happen? Your body's focusing on survival. It's not gonna focus on getting taller. It's not gonna focus on anything else. It's just kind of in shutdown mode. So if you're on a standard diet, just eating what everyone else says is healthy, you will be average height. I hate to break it to you. You can't lift weights to get taller. That's gonna stunt your growth. Once again, another myth. Now, working out specifically is one of the best IGF-1, HGH, growth hormone release practices you can possibly do. Whenever you exercise, specifically full body routines, you will be pushing out more HGH than anything else. So if you have a protocol, let's say 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, full body, you're pushing yourself. You're not working out softly. Then on the off days, you're doing sprints until failure for 5 to 10 sets, just like I did. This will also release tons of HGH. I believe the last study I saw was up to 2,000% just from sprinting alone. So you need these two protocols. The only exercise that could potentially slow things down is going to be anything that compresses the spine, such as the barbell back squat, deadlifts, which typically I don't advocate to my clients anyways because the risk of injury. I don't want to sound arrogant, but there is a reason I'm 6'6" with fairly average parents, and most people do not grow very tall. Because I've done a whole bunch of research on this, which is actually why I'm launching my height growth masterclass in Mogversity. This is my online school. It is a looks maxing school teaching people how to mog, how to be the best, most attractive versions of themselves. And this weekend, I will be uploading chapter 1 of the Height Growth Masterclass, and every single week I will be adding new curriculum in addition to weekly coaching calls. So you can ask me any questions. It's on a private call, and I will kind of give you some motivation to stay on track. And we already have a 3+ hour looks maxing course uploaded into Mogversity. So you're already getting this value once you sign up. So if you want everything laid out for you, you want a very specific protocol, you want all these specific foods so that you know you're not messing anything up, this is your chance, man. You gotta sign up for Mogversity right now. Mogversity.com. Back to the video. There's a big question with intermittent fasting when it comes to height growth, because a lot of people research it. They say, oh, it's bad for IGF-1, HGH, because of this one study conducted with elderly cancer patients, which was actually inconclusive. Tons of HGH benefits whenever you do intermittent fasting, specifically up to 24 hours. It can spike by up to 2,000%. Now you might say, oh, this is IGF-2, but it still directly correlates with the IGF-1. So I would still advocate intermittent fasting because, once again, that is what I did when I was a teenager. It seemed to work very effectively. Vitamin D is crucial with height growth, obviously. Now, whenever I was a teenager, specifically, I was taking 10,000 units of vitamin D every single day with vitamin K2 so that your body can properly absorb this. Now, in addition to this, whenever the sun was out, I was out in the sun. I was absorbing it for like 2 hours a day. Now, this can aid you a little bit, just a little bit of caution. So maybe wear some sunblock on your face if you want to keep your face intact. But the sun itself has a huge major impact on testosterone and HGH, which are directly correlated. So you want to make sure to get enough sun. Obviously, everybody knows this one, but I do need to reiterate it. But the number one thing that's going to pretty much hinder your height growth is going to be not sleeping enough. If you are deficient in sleep, you won't be growing taller, my brother. So you have to be sleeping 8 to 10 hours every single night. There's no negotiations. Like, if you're busy with school, if you have extra curriculum, that's okay. Just do not expect to get much taller than your genetic potential. It's gonna be pretty average for you. But if you really want to take things to the next level, do it like me. I slept 9 to 10 hours every single night, just like a lion. So that's it for today, man. AustinWayneOfficial.com for all my links, and kalosique.com, man. We got supplements, cosmetics, clothing, coaching. kalosique.com. I love you with all my heart. Peace.